Welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gomer, and I'm a podcast engineer here. And I'm excited to bring you another episode of Mastery of Connections with our own Alan Holmes, or MC Holmes, as we like to call him, or Master Connector. Um, we do this show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and all about making connections, networking, resources, and so on. And as Ellen likes to say, it's not about me, it's about we. So, something for bring in Alan to kick us off today. So, welcome, Alan.
Whoa! Happy New Year. You thought you got rid of me. No, I haven't kidding you. Happy New Year. Happy 2025 to each and one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, maybe you may be, wherever you may be. First of all, welcome to the first edition of the 2025 Mastery of Connections. This is going to be in a wild year. We're going to have an incredible list of guests and resources and information specializing in connecting business owners, entrepreneurs, consumers, unique and innovative resources. That's what we do. Happy New Year to you all. I just wanted to start by saying thank you. Thank you for joining us and being part of the incredible World of Ability Massive Connections resources. If you have any sort of information or resource you want to be put out there, just let us know, massiveconnections@gmail.com. But just want to start off by saying, where is Mr. Kurt Roskoff? He's Kurt Roskoff there he is. He's a gentleman who's been co-piloting this, who actually somewhere along the line last year, February 2023, he introduced this Massive Connections to myself, and then here we are. We're almost close to a year later, and now we're starting off another new year. So let's get right into it. Welcome to the Massive Connections, where this platform provides resources, information, and value. Resources that can help take you to the next level, or maybe you have an idea or invention or book writing or something that you want to get out there. Whether you have an ability or disability, that's not what we're here to judge. We're here to be open to all. For example, this afternoon, which is about, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Emily, the 12 o'clock Pacific, or we are, well, which is, to believe, 3 o'clock Eastern. We're going to have a show coming up that is going to be supporting some resources. Those who know that the platform that I really drive and push is the No Card 360. You'll be hearing a lot about that because various different resources that can help grow and engage, track, and give your product, your offer, your ability to take it to the next level. So if you have an idea, if you would like thinking about being on the show, please email us at masteryofconnections@gmail, or get with Emily Gomer or Kurt Roskoff, and you'll learn. We will be happy to have you. We love to hear about what you have to offer. For example, what are your New Year's resolutions? What are your goals, your ideas, your hobbies? Something that can help you reach what you're trying to accomplish. Kurt, I know you have some updates coming up, and you have some resources. I know you're hanging around in the studio parking lot. No, I said you're out there. You just let us know what you're doing. There he is. See, I speak loudly. Poof, there is. Welcome. Happy 2025. Tell us a little bit more on the plate. What's going on? There's something coming up. I think about 12 o'clock. Pacific time. We're always behind. Share some of the updates on what's going to be happening later on that we should be looking out for.
Well, I have on my itinerary notes for today is after the show with you today, I have a note. Emily, you can, check in if this is matching anything on your side, but I wrote down the Great Discovery, apparently is going to have some sort of a session going on with the Great Discovery team. So that's coming up here. And I have also, after this show, is a Transform Wellness Connect with Brittany Savoda. She's from Alignable, or maybe it's an Alignable event. Yeah, it looks like an Alignable event. So we always got to keep in mind we have our Alignable community to make connections with their Smart Connect format. Very nice. And then we do every day the shakedown, 10 a.m. Pacific time every day. Sue is leading us with Emily on technical support there, and taking the picture and everything of the group on Zoom every day at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then I don't know, I have to check with Emily, our scheduler, if anything's happening after that before we get to the New Year's Day press conference. Alan, you're telling us you're going to be on there, and we have a very featured guest speaker, but we're going to leave it in a little bit of a mystery. So for everybody who shows up, like you, Alan, and Emily, I believe you're going to be on with us, and Stephanie, our president from Humans United and Mutual Aid Networks. And I believe that Emily, you're working on Phil Vitrano and Laura Lynn Mears to join us from the Helpopedia group. Might be some other of our community partners from Helpopedia coming on. And I believe there's going to be a 15-minute sharing halfway through, almost like a halftime show. And then they're going to lead us into some breakout rooms during that New Year's Day press conference. And then we already have an encore program put together with that. So it's something that has been 2 years in the making for me, because basically my journey is about connecting to over 100 organizations, like what we do here at the World of Ability Podcast Network and with No Card and stuff like that. We have 100 of these types of groups that have come into the portfolio of the Roscoff family over here in 20 years. And the common denominator is appropriate and apropos to this show. You might have to Google what is apropos, but it's basically appropriate or fitting. But basically, connections. Every group I connect with looks at me and says, Kurt, you seem well connected, like Alan here. Alan experiences that. That's how he's become the master connector. We tend to have the zeal and appeal to say, we like to make these connections, to work with a guy like Rob Pickering and make sure people are connecting to the great tool that he provides us for our communications, running a home business and stuff like that. And it goes on and on. Like I mentioned, Helpopedia and where the guest speaker is coming from and the folks doing the encore. And I mentioned Humans United Mutual Aid Networks. We connected with Alan through the Happy Neighborhood Project with our big bud, our best bud, Edwin Edberry out of Sacramento, California, and recognized by the United Nations for his work spreading happiness around the world. How's that for a connection? Happiness is a default position. Happiness is a learnable skill. So Alan, Emily, and I, with my wife, Sue, kind of on background support, here she's in the Roscoff mobile unit right now, working on some family taxi service. I call it Suber. Sue doing her Uber just for our family. We have fun. Suber's on the way. But again, we're looking forward to that New Year's Day press conference. And then, Emily has a setup with Halia Ogani. We're going to be meeting with her, scheduled up for her Calendly. And then we do live at 5 Central. That's 3 Pacific time. And I believe our open mind group is going to have a program tonight, unless I misunderstood that they're not doing one, but I have it on my calendar for every Wednesday, the open mind at 5 Pacific time. And then I have with Alignable after hours business networking, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then typically on a Wednesday, there's a great discovery session. I'm not sure if they're doing it today with the holiday, but I'm going to connect to make sure, because I don't want to miss anything with the great discovery. And Alan, you can get a free learner account. I know you're focusing on No Card, but I like to tell everybody I'm connected to, I highly recommend get that free learner account with the great discovery. If you don't have one, check with Emily. She's your super helper. Right, Emily?
Yep.
Yeah.
Learner, add in there. We're doing Ability MPA now, and the TDC Today Show as well at 5:30 and 6 p.m. Pacific.
Correct. Correct. Awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
the idea, Alan, is that's just, a day in the life of Emily Gomer. Just imagine what she does every day in between your shows,
Wow.
Alan. Right?
What what great news, what great updates. You're right. This year is, we're just starting off with January 1, but there's a lot of resources and information that's going to be about it because as we shared, not about me, about we, Massive Connections, about all the different resources. And if anything we've learned from over the years, ladies and gentlemen, those who are listening on the replay, that you have a gift, you have something to give, and we encourage you to come, whether it be the No Card 360 or the Great Discovery or connecting with Emily and Kurt with various resources. If you, again, the email, massiveconnections@gmail, or reach out to Kurt and Emily on LinkedIn. And we do have a lot of the other social media platforms. There's a lot going on in this year, and we're just getting started. As you can see, with those who you are sharing and watching it on a replay, there's no guest today. But doesn't say there won't be. You never know who's going to pop up. And at the end of the day, again, collaborating, connecting, and networking is what we all do. And providing resources, whether it's on LinkedIn or the Facebook or the other social media platforms, Alignable, we have various ones. There's a Skyler Network. Yes, we have not. We forgot the Skyler Network. The Skyler Network is where you can actually join at no cost and showcase what your ability is, what your talent, what your skills, what your offers. Come on and stop by. Someone may have told me, or little birdie told me, Emily Ann or Kurt has a Skyler Network link. So make sure that you get back with them and they'll show you how you can take your resources to the next level with Ron Sass and the Skyler Network. Oh, we've got a bundle for you in 2025, and we're only beginning. So as we just wanted to prepare for this rest of this day. Anything else, Emily and Kurt? Would love to hear you give some updates before we kind of start winding down on this early, because we have got a lot planning for the week, and I do have to prepare for some other various resources and information that's happening around this personal community. But Kurt, Emily.
Yeah, I just want to imbibe a little bit more on today's show, your New Year's Day party right here at Mastery of Connection. And for those of you that are going to miss us at the New Year's Day press conference, it's all inspired from the birth of a movement, the Solution Revolution by People for a New America, with Richie Honori, multi-pronged talent, world-class drummer, also coming on stage with singing and, doing guitar performance. So this whole thing is built on a music festival tour. And so Richie is able to bring to the stage multi-platinum talent. And, we're working with industry moguls like Ron Alexenberg, who, from what I understand about the history of radio and about all of this music recording and production, they're basically, as far as I understand, basically 5 individuals that are highly recognized for bringing to us what we've experienced all these decades with radio, and shaping how our music artists are coming to our homes and to our devices and performing all their concerts and everything. And Ron is one of those music and radio industry moguls, executive producer, professional, like that. And so we're coordinating with the Disability Channel for all of that, which in a month, things turn real exciting, like right out of the gate, right off the mark with Groundhog's Day on February 9th, on that Sunday. We're working with Veteran Service Organization, the Veterans House, and doing a fundraiser. And we got a lot of allies that are working with us with the Disability Channel. And Emily's got a sizzle reel and a flyer for all of that. And then February is just action packed because we have the Super Bowl. The Disability Channel is going to be on Media Row with the Super Bowl. And we actually were told somewhere in the midst of this, Emily's got to look it up yet, but there is something along the lines of like a Wounded Warrior Football League or something that's different from the Wounded Warriors organization, but it's basically injured, wounded veterans playing football apparently in some sort of a game. I have to look it up, but somebody told me, and I think I've heard about it in the past, but never got to what I'm talking about right now, going back and looking up what it all is. So everybody out there can join us to find what that is. It sounds wonderful. Something I think we all should be supporting and become a fan of. And then we have the Invictus Games, which is, many sports going to be played out of Whistler, Canada, with our injured, wounded veterans. And Prince Harry will be out there. So royalty, present, and the Disability Channel will be interviewing them. And so we have a lot of exciting things going there. And then with People for New America, we're going to be doing a Money in Music, telethon in March. And so that's really exciting. And so we have a lot of people in the industry of film, TV. We have our friend Jeff Jeffries, who's working with us on Treasure Island, reality TV show series that you're all going to want to keep tuned into. We're just a couple months away from that coming out of the gates and just making for, that quantum leap in excitement for 2025. So I say that to say we can give a lot of things that are coming out of our wheelhouse, our corner of the world, and, at our desk. But we really hope at this New Year's Day party by Mastery of Connection that you're finding your day exciting and at everything that the universe and our heavenly creator has provided for you, that we're all coming together in gratitude for what we do have to work with. And I like to say, we're the Make-A-Wish Foundation for everyone. If there's anything we can do here to be an uplift for what you're trying to do in your life. And on Monday, we were on the Mission Monday podcast and, speaking to the issue of 27 veterans reported to our president, Brian Gibson, 3 of which he served with himself, so 3 close friends basically that he lost to the demons of suicide. So we're all rallying around that, veterans are out there in prominence to be, where we all got to go hands on deck and get closer to our veterans and check your vet. Find a way to ask a veteran today and tomorrow and every day, how are you doing? Check in, be that listening ear, be that person that they can just be with. The largest healthcare crisis known to humankind is social isolation, and you definitely play a role. Either you decide people can be left alone and they're fine to die, or you get with them and you be available and you can be the one to save their life. And I know it's very rewarding. I served as an EMT for 10 years. There's nothing more rewarding than saving a life. So we're doing stuff that really matters here, and we appreciate what you do. You matter. We celebrate who you are, what you do, and what you provide to the world. Thank you for doing it. Emily, back to you. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for who you are, Emily. How are you doing, Emily?
I'm doing okay, Kurt. It's first day of 2025. Well, so far so good. So how are you doing, Kurt and Ellen?
Of course. Well, and first of all, as an in-house veteran, thank you, Kurt, for sharing that. Incredible. We want to make this go down, ladies and gentlemen. For those listening, it was a rough 2024, but we are looking forward and prospering horizon. We will never forget. As Kurt says, check a vet. U.S. Army 13 Bravo. I'm proud veteran. Had the honor and privilege of collaborating with a vet over the holiday spirit. Oh yes, see, we're saving the best for various different resources. You never know. I'll just zoom in with another resource. But this vet is an incredible individual who, let's just say, he's provided. He's a Marine. Yes, there's go Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, but this Marine was just the most humblest individual I've ever seen, and he understood. He understood that you take care of their own, and some of his resources. And plus one, I will be stay tuned. See, this what happens. You have to stay tuned. We're not going to give you all the golden nuggets on the first day. You'll start looking like this, and we can't do that. So, but anyway, as we wind down and say thank you, massiveConnections@gmail.com, or reach out to Kurt or Emily if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you have an idea, if you have a vision, you have a passion. And remember, in just a few hours, we'll be going to the incredible, oh yes, New Year's conference. Close it out. My podcast engineer, the boss, Miss Emily, back to you.
And so I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in today. And I'd love to, I'd love to have you all on either this show or one of the other shows in the network. And just let us know. I'd love for everybody to, or encourage everybody to check out all of our social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on. So you'll be able to find us. And all of the other great people that we're working with. Jay in the Disability Channel, and Zach Clayton of the PAC Channel, Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios, and Earl Williams of the Midwest Plainsman Podcast. I love the great work that they're doing. But until, except hopefully everybody has a great, safe and productive week, and a happy New Year. And everybody stays happy.